Adrian was a man blessed with everything life could offer. He was wealthy, respected, soft-spoken, and kind. But the most beautiful thing about him was not his money. It was his heart. When he met Clara, a stunning young woman with a smile that could brighten any room, he fell deeply in love. He married her within a year, promising to love her, protect her, and provide everything she ever needed. And Adrian kept that promise. He bought her a beautiful home, a car she always dreamed of, and clothes she admired. He listened to her wishes before she even said them. If she desired something, he made it happen. His friends often told him, "You treat her like a queen," and he would smile and reply, "Because she is." For the first few months, Clara seemed grateful. She laughed, cooked for him, kissed him goodbye every morning, and welcomed him with warm meals every evening. Adrian felt like he was living a dream. But slowly, things began to change. Clara stopped cooking. She stopped cleaning. She stopped showing affection. She stayed out late with friends, sometimes ignoring his calls. And when Adrian tried to talk to her, she brushed him off with irritation. "You work too much," she would say. "You don't understand me." Yet Adrian worked so hard for her. He wanted to give her a life of comfort and peace, but the more he gave, the less she appreciated. There were days he came home tired, hoping for a warm meal or even a warm smile, but Clara would be scrolling on her phone or chatting loudly with her friends. Sometimes she didn't even look at him. One evening, he returned home to find dirty dishes piled in the sink, clothes scattered everywhere, and Clara asleep in the living room after spending hours online shopping with his card. That night, for the first time, Adrian felt something he had never felt before. Loneliness inside his own home. The next morning, he quietly hired a maid to help around the house. Her name was Maria, a gentle young woman with humble background. She walked with respect, spoke with kindness, and treated the home as if it were her own. Maria noticed things Clara didn't. She saw the tiredness in Adrian's eyes. She saw how he barely touched his food because he was used to eating alone. She saw how his heart carried silent disappointments he never complained about. Maria cooked warm meals for him. Real meals. Meals that smelled like comfort and tasted like care. She cleaned the home until it sparkled. She brought Adrian water whenever he looked tired. She greeted him with warmth and asked, "How was your day, sir?" in a way that made him feel seen. And slowly, very slowly, Adrian began to smile again. At first, he didn't understand why. But one day, after tasting a meal Maria prepared with so much love, he realized something. He had forgotten what it felt like to be cared for. Clara began to notice the change. She saw that Adrian no longer begged her for attention. She saw him eating Maria's meals with satisfaction. She saw how the house was cleaner, how Adrian smiled more, how their home felt warmer, and jealousy sparked inside her. She began acting differently, suddenly cooking once a week, suddenly asking Adrian where he was going, suddenly watching Maria with suspicious eyes. But her change came too late. One evening, Clara confronted Maria in the kitchen. "Stay away from my husband," she snapped. Maria lowered her eyes. "I only serve him the way a wife should," she said softly. "He deserves kindness." That statement burned Clara deeply, because she knew it was true. That night, Adrian overheard Clara complaining bitterly. And for the first time in their marriage, he spoke with firmness. "Clara," he said, "love is not a gift to be abused. I gave you my heart, but you broke it with neglect." Clara began crying, saying she would change. But Adrian had given her many chances. Too many. He realized that love cannot survive where it is not respected. Months passed, and the distance between them grew wider. Clara tried to win him back, but her efforts were half-hearted, short-lived, and full of jealousy rather than real love. Eventually, their marriage came to an end. After everything, Adrian thought he would never love again. But Maria never left his side. She served with humility. She cared with sincerity. She brought peace where there was once pain. Adrian began to see the beauty of her heart, A heart that didn't desire his wealth, but his well-being. A heart that didn't demand, but gave. A heart that didn't take advantage, but uplifted. In time, Adrian fell deeply in love with her. A love pure and steady. He married her, not because she was perfect, but because she loved him in a way he had never been loved before. Clara heard about the marriage. She felt jealousy like fire in her chest. She realized she had lost a man many women prayed for, a man who loved deeply, cared genuinely, and gave selflessly. But life had moved on. Adrian was finally happy. Maria made him feel valued and respected. She filled the home with warmth, cooked meals with love, listened to his worries, and stood by him through everything. And Adrian learned a lesson he carried forever. Sometimes the people you give your heart to will not value it. But life always has a way of sending someone who will treat your heart like treasure. In the end, love is not about beauty or wealth. It is about who stands by you, who cares for you, and who sees your worth even when you feel invisible. And that was the love Adrian found. A love that healed him.